Armenia, this is Patel Tunjang coming to you from Yerevan, the capital of Armenia. I'm back. I was on vacation last week and I didn't film any episodes because I wanted to be in the moment and enjoy and recharge a little bit. And thank you so much for everybody who reached out and wished me to have fun. I miss you guys and I'm back now. A lot of you have reached out to ask me a little bit of questions about logistics surrounding coming to Armenia, visiting in the summer. So I thought to collect all the questions you guys have and make a video about all the answers, because hopefully this will be helpful as you plan your trip to Armenia this summer. So I really need coffee first because it is 7:30 a.m. in the morning. So let's go get coffee and let's get started. This is not part of the 10 things that I will be telling you about today, but also a question I get all the time is, how do we find out about things happening in Armenia? This is how. So when you're walking on the streets, you'll see the ads of the events that are taking place during the time that you're here, and you'll find out. There's also word of mouth, so if you do have a social circle here, or if you end up meeting people, which you will, it's Armenia, so you will find out about things through people saying, are you coming to this weekend? And then you'll know that that's happening that weekend. But otherwise, there's also all these ads on the streets. Now that I got my coffee, hopefully I can speak more properly. So I got it from Aperitivo. There's no logo on the cup, so I guess not an ad. It's one of the few places that are open early in the morning, and like I said, it is 7:30 right now. If you've watched my What's Open at 7 a.m. video, you do know this place. It's one of my favorite places. They have great customer service. Also, side note, I really appreciate this iced Americano right now, because when I was in France, I was struggling finding iced coffee. Is that a thing? People, let me know in the comments. What should I be saying to get iced coffee at places? Because they were just giving me coffee and then putting ice in it. That melted. Anyway, moving on. Back to the questions. Okay. Number one question, and I've learned this the hard way, so I wanted to say it at the very beginning, and maybe it's the first thing you should know or research when you are thinking of coming to Armenia, is the visa. If your country requires a visa to come to Armenia, or if Armenia requires a visa from the country, anyway, you get the point. Check the online application. I've learned this the hard way, that since COVID started, they no longer give visas at the airport upon arrival. As of this past Sunday when I came in, the bus is passing by, that desk was still closed. So I'm filming this on June 29th. I want to put this disclaimer out. So this is as of today. I did not see the visa desk open. So make sure that you do your online application before you arrive. So I'm going to include the link in the description for you guys to click on it and check the online application. Yeah, I got stranded at the airport once for this situation, so definitely check that out. Okay, speaking of the airport, as of a couple of months ago, there are no longer COVID restrictions to enter Armenia. So when I was there this Sunday, that place where they check your vaccination or they check your PCR test, no longer required. It didn't exist. We just arrived, exited the airport, and it was good. This is the opera behind me, trying to show you. So that's number two question. And now, an interesting one that I get all the time is, do Airbnbs exist in Armenia? Yes, they do. So check out the Airbnb options. If you are coming in the summer, I would recommend checking them ASAP. Sorry, got distracted by the cute puppies. But yes, the option does exist and it works in Armenia. However, if you don't want to do an Airbnb, or if you don't find a rental apartment, which you could find on List AM, which I will also include in the description, because it could be tough to find short-term apartment rentals, you can also check out cute hotels that exist. So I'm gonna walk by one of the options right now, Ibis Hotel, which you might be familiar with from around the world. It's one of the affordable ones, which is located in the center on Northern Avenue. So you're close by everything. It's pretty affordable, and I've stayed there before, and their service is actually pretty good. So let's go check that out. As you saw, the prices are in AMD, which brings us to our next topic, which is the currency in Armenia and everything related to money. So the currency in Armenia is AMD, which is Armenian dirhams, and a segue, I guess, is where to exchange. So I'm going to take you right now on Apovian Street to the place that I think is the best exchange rate. But let me know in the comments if you know of any other places. So we're gonna walk there, and as we walk, a couple of additional things related to the topic of money. Do credit cards work here? The simple answer is yes. This is a number I'm gonna pull out of thin air, but like 90% of places do accept cards, and based on what your credit card specifications are, credit cards do work here. So that's one thing. There are some smaller stores or some cafes that don't take it, but usually, most likely, they do. The sun is in my eyes, but I have to tell you how to get from the airport to your place of stay, whether it's the hotel or Airbnb. So there's an app, I'm sure you've heard about this from my other videos, which is called GG Taxi. So based on where you're going, roughly the cost of getting from the airport to your place should be something from 2,900, 3,000, 4,000 AMD. So make sure you download the GG app before you come. There are other taxi apps as well. There's Yandex, there's UTaxi. My preferred one is GG. So make sure you download that, and you can also attach your card to it just like you would with Uber. And that's how you can just call the taxi when you arrive to the airport. What happened here last night? Okay, moving on. And that's how you can call the taxi from the airport to the address of where you stay. Most of the times you don't even have to say much in the taxi, because they literally just come pick you up. You see the license plate and you get in the car, and then you get to the place that you marked with the address. So that's the best way, instead of taking a taxi from the airport, like the non-app taxis, and then having to deal with the cash, having to deal with explaining the location. That's my recommendation. Okay, we arrived at the place that has the best exchange rate, so let me show you. So as you can see, the entrance is actually from inside the shoe store Baldi. We're in the corner of Tumanyan and Apovian Street, and you walk in from the shoe store, and I think that's where the best exchange rate is. That's where I do my exchange when I need to. So if you do need a little bit of cash, this is the place for it. If you're still here watching, I just want to say thank you so much. You guys were almost at 5,000, almost. So if you're not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe thingy and stay tuned, because the next video will be actually a series of one of my favorite regions in Armenia. So there's something exciting coming up. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I will see you in the exciting episodes coming up. With that note, let's move on to our next topic, which is what's the official language? Do I need to speak Armenian? Well, that gave away what the official language is. So Armenian is the official language of Armenia, and it has its own alphabet. But a lot of you have asked me if you do have to speak Armenian or if you can get by with English. I actually made a video on this. I'll link it somewhere up in there. The short answer is yes, you'll be able to visit Armenia without knowing Armenian. Moving on to phone plans and data while you're in Armenia. So the SIM cards, how they work is you can just kind of pay, it's like a prepaid plans. So it's very simple, and at the airport, actually before you exit, there is a VivaCell booth. So I'm with the VivaCell provider. I mean, there's other ones as well. There's Beeline, and I can't think of any other ones right now, but they have a booth there and they do speak English. If you just stop by there and get a plan for like less than $10, you might be fine based on how long you're staying in Armenia. But once you leave, you don't have to worry about it. There's no like contracts or anything like that. So it's a pretty simple method, and it's pretty practical if you're just coming here for a visit. It's one of my favorite puppies in Yerevan. As I waited for the traffic light, he kept me company. Okay, we made it. Okay, so the next one is probably one of the most questions I get, which is about the cost. So how much does it cost to come to Armenia or Yerevan and like live here? Honestly, this is a very tricky question to answer, because based on your lifestyle, it's very, very dependent. Like there are places for rental if you're looking to rent for long term. There are places from like $400 USD up to $1,000, if not more. There are restaurants that you can have meals for like 2 people for $10. So many cars. I need my microphone. And really based on what you like to do. So I actually made a little playlist on YouTube about costs of living, and I will do my best to include and share costs as I do things in my videos. So go check that out. It's a difficult question to answer, but I will say there's something for every budget. That's how I'll kind of summarize that question. Last but not least, before I let you guys go and I head to work, because it is a Wednesday right now, is where should I get food when I arrive? Because a lot of the planes that arrive to Armenia come in at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m. You get the point. So I actually, like I was mentioning earlier in this video, I made a video about what's open at 7 a.m. and in that video there are places that are open 24/7, including restaurants. So if you want to see what those are, check that video. There's actually 2 videos about it because there's a lot of places. So check it out and let me know if this answers your question. This was a bit of a shorter video, but I really thought that it's important to get these questions answered and put them all in one place to make it easier for you guys if you're planning your trip to Armenia. Let me know what other questions you have in the comments, and I will do my best to answer. And if you like this, I will also make other series similar to this one. So with that note, and as I cross the street with the puppy, so cute. They also wait for the green light, I have to say that. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I missed you. I'm so glad I got to do this little short video, and I will see you next week. Bye. Oh, before I go, I just want to do a shout out to everybody who said hi to me on the plane on my way back to Armenia. This was the best way to be like, welcome back home. So thank you so much for coming up and saying hi to me after a long flight, you guys made me feel like home. Okay, now I go. Bye.